Okay, so before we begin, I have one very important question. Why is there always someone that brings eggs and tomatoes to a speech? Hey guys, how's it going? Today, as promised, I'm reviewing my all-time favorite Christmas movie, Batman Returns, the sequel to my all-time favorite movie, Batman. So Batman Returns was released in 1992 and was again directed by Tim Burton and saw the return of some of the cast from the first movie, such as Michael Gough as Alfred and of course Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne / Batman. But now we have Michelle Pfeiffer as Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, and Danny DeVito in his iconic performance as Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. Now, there's probably a lot of you out there that would disagree with me if this film should even be considered a Christmas movie. But you know what? I believe it is, and I will die on that hill defending it. The whole movie takes place during Christmas time, even the flashback at the beginning. There's several references to Santa Claus and people wishing each other a Merry Christmas. And not only that, they've even released this book, and they even have in writing that they consider this story a holiday classic. So there, it's a Christmas movie. I rest my case. Moving on. So Batman Returns takes place 3 years after the first film. It's Christmas time in Gotham City, and the mysterious Penguin emerges from the sewers, claiming to want to discover his roots. But Batman believes there's something more sinister to the Penguin, especially when he allies himself with a shady businessman named Max Schreck. And while he's investigating them both, Batman develops a relationship with a new face in town, Catwoman. So getting right into it, I think Batman Returns is pretty great. I don't think it carries the same cinematic magic that the first one did, but it's still really good, even with the tone and overall feel being much different. I've heard it said that Batman from 1989 is a Batman movie directed by Tim Burton, and that Batman Returns is a Tim Burton film with Batman. And you can definitely see that with many of the characters and scene designs being influenced by that Tim Burton feel. Now, of course, being a Tim Burton movie, it's no surprise whatsoever that composer Danny Elfman returned to do the score, and I absolutely love it. They brought back the same epic themes from the first movie, but the new music featured for this film just added to that dark, eerie Christmas movie that they were going for. When you mix Burton and Elfman, you just can't go wrong. Now, like most movies, there's a lot of changes to the original concept that were made during production. And I read that one of the biggest ones is that Robin was actually supposed to be a part of this movie, starring Marlon Wayans as Robin. But he was cut from the film because they felt it undermined the direction that they were going for, and they also thought that there was already enough characters. But Robin would eventually make it to the big screen in Batman Forever, and also Robin in the Batman 1989 comics is based on Wayans' likeness. Now the cast I thought did really great. Michelle Pfeiffer was great as Catwoman. Her portrayal is actually my favorite version of the character in live action. But the one thing that I would say that I really wasn't a fan of is that normally Catwoman is a thief, and in this film she's not, which again was not normal for Catwoman. She was mainly a vindictive troublemaker out to ruin Max Schreck's life for revenge, and eventually wanted to deliver that same revenge to Batman. Now, of course, Michael Keaton as Batman, yeah, I mean, there's no question. He did great. But I will say there's no doubt that the performance that stole the show has to go to Danny DeVito for his performance as Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. A performance that not only became iconic for his acting, but also for the makeup. It also led to some controversy because it got a little grotesque to the point that McDonald's pulled their sponsorship of the movie. Yeah, I couldn't see that McDonald's could go for, the Penguin biting people's noses off and such, Bummer. I did also like that they made several references to Burgess Meredith. He was the actor that played the Penguin in the 1960s Batman series. Now in this movie, the Penguin's father that you see at the beginning was played by Paul Reubens, who was famous for bringing the character Pee Wee Herman to life. Now at this time, Reubens had a very difficult time trying to get roles due to being typecast as Pee Wee Herman and also because of a scandal. But his character is very inspired by Burgess Meredith's portrayal of the Penguin. You can see with the eyepiece, and he's smoking that long Corella DeVille-like cigarette like Burgess Meredith did. Now, fun fact, Paul Reubens would actually later on to go to play the Penguin's father again in the recent TV series Gotham. What also connected this movie to Burgess Meredith was there was the subplot where the Penguin was trying to become mayor, just like the original did from the 60s series. But in that one, he was actually beat by Batman. Now, as much as I love this movie, there are some plot holes that I have to mention, mostly revolving around the Penguin. Like in the beginning, Oswald Cobblepot is abandoned by his parents when he was a baby. But when he was already grown up, he already knew who they were. And even Batman suspected that he knew who they were. But my question is, how did he know that those two people were his parents when he was just an infant? And I don't know. They never really explain it. There were also scenes that left me with more questions than answers. Like when the Red Triangle Gang attacks Gotham and Max Schreck runs away, the Penguin knows exactly where to go to follow and kidnap him. Even though he's walking through the sewers, totally not keeping his eye on where Max Schreck is. But yet, he just instantly knows where he is. Now, okay, I know the Penguin knows the sewers better than anybody in Gotham, but there's no way he could have seen where Max Schreck was going. And of course, I have to mention one of the biggest goofs within the Batman movies. The black around Batman's eyes just magically disappearing right before he unmasks himself. I mean, a simple edit could have fixed that. I mean, maybe right before he reaches for his mask, like do a quick camera shot to either Max Schreck or Catwoman and then show him pull the mask off. Or, you know what? Just leave the black around his eyes. I mean, they did it in Robert Pattinson's movie, and I think it worked out fine. And my last question that this movie still hasn't answered yet is, why is there always someone who brings eggs and tomatoes to a speech? But despite all that, guys, I really enjoyed Batman Returns and definitely recommend it as a film to watch over the holidays. I'm gonna give Batman Returns, directed by Tim Burton, a B+. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button, leave your thoughts on this film down in the comments below, and let me know, do you think it's a Christmas movie or not? Either way, drop your comments down and I'll check those out. And please consider subscribing if you're enjoying my content. But guys, again, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, seriously, why is there always someone that brings eggs and tomatoes to a speech?